got big dreams, I'ma do big things. Yeah, you see me on the big screen looking so clean. I don't move slow, I move fast, right past.
What is going on, guys? Sam Explains here, and today I wanted to talk about the Season 3 roadmap that was just dropped 3 days ago. It's been kind of stirring up a little bit of controversy within the community. Some people like it, some people really do not like it. Basically, if you haven't seen it, don't worry, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here in a minute, and then I'll kind of give my thoughts on it and what I think about the whole situation. Now, the First Descendant has obviously been drip marketing the new content. We also got a couple dev live streams. And we're going to be getting a playable demo on July 24th, which some people are upset at that as well. But yeah, I want to go ahead and talk about the Season 3 roadmap. If you don't know, Ultimate Luna is going to be releasing a month after the season start, which is the same formula that they've kind of done in the past, and they actually got a lot of flack over. So they ended up pushing up the date because people expected a huge chunk of content, and it turns out that the way they had it originally planned, it was like split up month by month by month, which is what they're going to be doing here again. Now, I want to say this before we start. I'm not trying to be super overcritical of the devs. I am not going to be overly critical until the August 7th update and I see exactly how much content we are getting. Players have been starved for different variety of content and not just be locked into a season mechanic that is just go spam this one thing a million times, right? So players are hungry for something really new, some variety, something that's different in the game, and that is what people are hoping Season 3 is going to be. So I want to go ahead and go over this Reddit post, as well as we'll look at the Season 3 roadmap. So we're going to look at the roadmap first, talk about it, and then I'll read the replies, kind of see how people are feeling about it. All right, so first up, let's talk about the Season 3 roadmap. So if you haven't seen it yet, this is what it's going to be. As I said, they did this formula previously. I can't remember if it was Season 1 or 2, but they ended up pushing up the date because people said there wasn't enough content in the season release. And in my opinion, season releases should be front-loaded with content, but I'll tell you guys my thoughts at the end of the video. Is it a deal breaker for me? Absolutely not. I'll have to see the August 7th update first, but I'll save that for a little bit later in the video, give you guys my full rundown. So if you haven't seen this yet, basically we are going to be getting Axion, Nell, the hover bike, Wall Crasher, and then, you know, just same old. We got a new boss, we got the new ultimate weapon, and some quality of life. This all seems pretty typical, right? If you take out Axion for like a dungeon, it would be the same updates that we've been getting. However, this one is different because this is actually a whole new area, and we get like the hover bike and stuff like that, right? So it is a little bit different from past releases. The thing is that the First Descendant has been consistently sticking to the same formula of new Descendant, new weapon, new boss, in a new area, right? This time it's Axion, but previously it was like Sigma Sector, Void Vessel, and stuff like that. And players would just get really bored really quickly because there was no variety in content. It was just go farm the new character, then I go to the new area and I spam that area with the new character, right? So now that being said, they have added a lot of cool quality of life updates, and they've added some new systems like arcade tuning and mutant cells. So they have added content in terms of like making quality of life adjustments and giving you a reason to grind in terms of like arcade tuning and mutant cells, but it's all locked behind Sigma Sector, which is, you know, people get bored of that really fast, it gets stale. But let's get back to this. So this is all going to be coming in August 7th, and of course we're going to be getting the Nier Automata collaboration, which I've been super looking forward to. I love Nier Automata. I think it would be really awesome if this was more than just a skin. I don't know if it will be, or if we'll get like some Nier OSTs in the game, or I don't know what's going on yet. It's probably just going to be a skin, but we'll have to wait and see. I honestly thought that the swords were going to be coming with the collaboration because Nier, obviously, you know, 2B and A2 use like swords, so I thought that would have lined up perfectly, so kind of a missed opportunity there, but it is what it is. But so yeah, we're going to be getting all of this in August. So I don't know how big or small this is. This could be humongous, and this could last a month and be a month of content. kind of sucks if you're waiting on Ultimate Luna, but this is how they've done things in the past. They'll release the Ultimate during the mid-season. So yeah, kind of a bummer if you've been looking forward to that, but you know, it is what it is. We're also getting the lounge in the September 4th update, so I don't know if this is just because it's not ready or if it's just because they believe this is the best route to go for player retention. That's something we'll have to wait and see kind of what their game plan is. It honestly, all of this depends on how big this is. Like it kind of comes down to that, right? If Axion is big enough and we have enough things to do for like at least like a couple weeks, few weeks, it's all good, right? But if people finish this in 3 days and then we get this, and people finish this in 3 days and then we get this, because this is kind of a small update. This is just like the sword, like a sword update. And then it's like, okay, well, you know, we get a new dungeon, we get Ultimate Eugen, right? So then we're going back to that formula of, oh, a new Ultimate weapon, a new Descendant, a new dungeon, right? So it seems like they're kind of going to be staying the course of what they've been doing, which one of the major complaints of this game is there's not enough content in it. So it'll be interesting to see how all this plays out. But you know, as I said, dude, if it's not ready, it's not ready. If they need more time, I'd rather them take their time. But it was kind of surprising to me to see it all split up like this, especially the melee weapons being so far out, was very surprising considering they did show like pictures of like the lounge and Luna and the swords. I kind of just assumed that we would be getting all of this on August 7th, but that seems to not be the case. So it is what it is though. I'll be obviously, I mean, I'm still going to go back and play these, obviously, but I'll go back each update and all that good stuff. I just hope that the August 7th update is like front loaded and it has enough content in it to keep player retention and keep people like actually wanting to log into the game outside of just doing like dailies and stuff, right? Because that's kind of where we're at right now. If you are at that end game, you're just logging in, doing your dailies, and then you log out, right? So we'll have to wait and see. I'm not really being a doomer. I'm just, you know, I think this does look really good. We'll just have to wait and see like how much is in it, right? So we have a lot of cool stuff to look forward to. I was most excited for the melee weapons, so that did kind of, you know, obviously I'm pretty sad about that, but it is what it is. But yeah, so then after that, as I said, we're getting the lounge and Luna September 4th with a new dungeon, new Descendant. And a big one here actually is a new collaboration. So I'm assuming that this is Stellar Blade. I'm like 99.9% sure, because the two collabs that the community has been asking for is Nier Automata. And since they are doing that collab, the second one people have been asking for is Stellar Blade. So it would only make sense. Plus Eve would fit really good into this. Also the Stellar Blade PC port just came out on Steam like a day or two ago. So it would make sense to release that collab while it's still hot, right? And then yeah, we already went over the swords in the December update. So yeah, what it's looking like is basically we're going to get one major update right here, and then we're going to get some smaller updates every month after that. We'll have to wait and see. I think the devs are just, this is their plan for player retention. It's either that or none of this is ready right now and they need more time. Whatever the case, let me know your thoughts. Do you guys like this? Let me know, do you like your season to be front loaded, or do you like kind of drip feed content? That way you have something to do every month. But let's go ahead and read some comments, see how people are feeling about this. All right, so it's nice that something new is introduced each month. So okay, we actually got pretty positive vibes here. It's got 136 upvotes. Oh well, and then you got the next downvote, or the next voted one, 3 months until Ultimate Luna. Oof. Yeah, it's kind of rough, especially for the Luna mains. They're having to wait a little bit longer, so totally feel it on that. So yeah, it looks like it's kind of half and half here. Rip Ultimate Luna, September, that's brutal. Yeah, they always put the new Ultimate at the half of each season, right? Like I was saying. Nothing new here. Yeah, Melee coming in October. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. I was really looking forward to that melee weapon. That's a pretty beefy season though. Stuff every 2 months, 2 new Descendants and 2 ultis. All right, so we got some more positive. Overall, I'd say this comment section is pretty positive. I thought it was going to be way worse. Seems like things were aggressively split up, so now all swords are pushed back to October. Before they said some were coming earlier and the beam sword coming later. But many surprises, another new Descendant in November and a new collab. Yeah. So it seems like a lot of people are upset by Luna being pushed to September. Seems to be the sentiment here. Lounge is too far away. Considering the delay, I was expecting Season 3 to be more front-loaded. Yeah, it's kind of what I was expecting too. Let's see. Is it me, or does it feel like it's the same amount of content as all the previous seasons? They initially promised us a lot of cool stuff, but they didn't mention that stuff would be drip-fed to us for months. All these talks about huge updates, but after reading this, my only thought was, yep, definitely a TFD update. So this is kind of true, right? Like they have been, like it does seem like that the devs have been kind of trying to figure out like how to handle content releases. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Again, we're gonna have to wait until like the actual update, or at least the demo, to see like how big Axion actually is. Like, you know, obviously if it's just like what they've been doing in the past with like a new dungeon and then you just run it over and over and over, then yeah, that's probably going to be a miss with the community, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm not like meaning to sound critical, but does this pace for what we're getting seem a little snail pace? So yeah, it seems like there are some people, it seems kind of split. There are some people that are kind of like optimistic and they're like, oh, it's all good. And then the other people are like, you know, this seems kind of like not a lot for how long they're wanting us to wait, right? So to be honest, this stream was extremely disappointing. They're just telling us what's coming. They've shown us almost nothing, not one single gameplay footage, and I suspect it's because they have absolutely nothing to show. So we're definitely being critical here. I would not be at all surprised if everything is delayed another month down the road. I think their team is simply too small to deliver on these plans. So yeah, we're not going to read them all, but basically it seems like, I don't know, half and half maybe. Like some people are kind of disappointed and the other half are, you know, they're optimistic about the August 7th update. But as far as my thoughts, I do think that season releases do need to be front loaded. You need to have a lot of content in them because that is when you're going to have the most eyes on your game. That is when you are going to make the most revenue and you are going to make the biggest impact. The people that are only going to be coming back to try season 3 might not stick around for a month to, you know, wait for Ultimate Luna, or stick around for another month after that to wait for the swords or what have you, right? That's why generally I like my content in the form of like a Path of Exile League, where they just drop all the new content at once. They let players play for a month or two. You can take it at your own pace. And then, you know, it's kind of like slow for the next month or two, right? While they're working on the next major updates. So anyways, let me know how you guys feel about this. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you agree with the devs here? Do you think that this is the right way to release content, or do you think it needs to be more front loaded? As I said, we're not going to know until it actually releases, but what was your guys' first impressions of this roadmap? Do you think it's cool? Do you think there needs to be more stuff in it? Do you think Ultimate Luna and Lounge should have released with the August 7th update? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm Samx Plays. I'll see you in the next one. Overall, I'm still looking forward to all these updates. They look really good. As I said, I know I keep repeating myself, but I'm not going to be a doomer just yet. I want to wait and see like how big the update is and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to be playing on August 7th, and yeah, it sucks. We have to wait like a month for Ultimate Luna, but it is what it is. And let me know how you guys feel. Peace.